I think it sounds cliche, but I've always loved reading and writing, so publishing seemed like an obvious choice of career. I like the idea of working in a creative and innovative industry on a variety of projects. And since actually working in publishing, I've discovered there are so many different elements and areas, from editorial to marketing to sales to digital, than I was aware of or would have thought of as publishing. There were no appropriate vacancies when I first graduated with the main London publishers. So instead, I had organised a week's unpaid work experience across a few of the publishing houses, Pan Macmillan, Random House and Hachette. And fortuitously, during my work experience at Random House, a temporary job opened up in the digital department in audiobooks. And I worked there for about 10 months. But I had loved the working environment that I'd seen at Macmillan, so I kept an eye out on any upcoming permanent editorial roles there. And a year later, I was working for Macmillan Science and Education in their academic journals department. So as assistant editor of the British Dental Journal, I managed the receipt and processing of the submissions for the journal. I commission authors, reviewers and commentators. I also copy edit all the papers before they go to production. Another part of my role is tweeting for the BDJ Twitter account, getting our content seen online and becoming part of the online community. I studied classics, so it explored the literature, art, history and culture of ancient Greece and Rome. I think definitely communication skills are important, externally with authors and readers, and internally with other members of my team in editorial, production, sales and marketing. Editorial skills, if you're in editorial, copy editing, proofing, writing, and now in the digital era, tweeting. Time management is always crucial. There's always a new journal to be working on and there's never any time to get bored. There are too many different things to be doing. I think business acumen is important in terms of product development and thinking about what the readers want. And attention to detail is always key. I love writing, so working on news features and articles in the front half of the journal is something I'm really passionate about and really interests me. I don't have a scientific background, so researching stories that pique my own interests as well as our dentist readers has been an enjoyable challenge and led to many exciting opportunities. Earlier this week, I was invited to the press viewing of the new British Museum exhibition on ancient lives, as new visualization technology has revealed these dental abscesses in Egyptian mummies, which we're covering for the journal. So that was such an exciting opportunity for me. I've organised Twitter Q&As live with authors, and that's been a fantastic tool to engage our audience in new ways and enhance the journal's visibility. I think that online publishing is the future, and my work on Twitter has led to other projects like book reviews and interviews with key opinion leaders in both digital and print. And I think it's not one or the other. I think it's just about finding a way to use both. I think the working culture in Macmillan in particular is very supportive of personal development and growth. I come into work every day and I'm working with people who have different skills, come from different backgrounds, different departments. It's such a diverse community. And publishing is going through so many changes right now that I think it makes it a really exciting industry to be part of, because you never know what's around the corner. In scientific publishing, the shift from publishing in print to publishing online and making research free to access has completely challenged the traditional publishing model. So I think naturally it has to be constantly adapting. If I could give one piece of advice to people wanting to get into publishing, I would definitely say it would be exploring work experience as a way to be applying for entry-level jobs, but with the kind of support of that experience, because it's so competitive that other people will have that, so you might as well have that as well. And also I think it's a great way to see what areas you might be interested in, because how do you necessarily know that you want to be in editorial or publicity unless maybe you've tried both? And I did publicity experience at Pan Macmillan and I really enjoyed that, but I think the editorial side just kind of won me over. But it's nice to know that I could block out that by doing the work experience and seeing what I really valued most. I always joke that working on the British Dental Journal, I indirectly save lives by helping researchers discover and clinical teachers teach the latest evidence-based practice. And it's a bi-monthly publication, so I find it really rewarding to see my blood, sweat and tears so regularly in print, and going to conferences and meeting people who have particularly enjoyed a paper that I've commissioned and seen from its initial submission through peer review and to publication is really special.